Hello, Quincifer. Welcome to the dulcet tones of me eating a burrito in the background while we wait for the stream to start. Ah, dang it, they updated. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, bye. Is it that you don't want to listen to the burrito? Is it the burrito thing? Yes, mukbang stream. Yeah, of course. For about 5 seconds. Do you know how fast I can eat a burrito? I'm like that TikTok dog. Yeah, it's like that 1 second dog clip, exactly. I was thinking Lotus Lilith. I love you. I'm sorry I said that while eating a burrito. Now that's hot. Well, I mean, I aim to please. Okay, well, there's been a new update. I checked out a whole lot of stuff to make sure that everything was working. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through real quick. All right, things are working right now. And unlock at least the... Well, you know what I'm going to say. The Scarecrow. Past that point, we'll see. New weapons? No, it is a practice arena to kind of mess around with, as well as some... like overpowered Nyan assist mode type of super mutations is how they describe them, basically. So it is, oh, wrong button. So it is not like a huge substantial update, but it is still some new stuff here. In the meantime, like I said, the stuff has to be unlocked, like you have to see it first, and since this is a bunch of new experimental save file type of nonsense, I need to go actually get to it real quick. No left ear pick? Why do you want to see the left ear? Also, how do you know that wasn't the left ear and I just didn't accidentally mirror the photo or something? Or it was up, or I took it upside down. I'm gonna be honest here. Give me a second. My mouth is still covered in sour cream. That's good. Anyway, this chat is weird. In what way? Memes aside, what's the planned run? I'm just gonna do, I think, like, if we're gonna do the practice update where you do the practice stuff, that it really should just be, you know, the Scarecrow, right? That's the plan, at least for right now. Unfortunately, I need to get to that point in the first place, which is why we're doing just like a zero-cell, real quick, blast right through it sort of run. Didn't realize if the electric whip hits 2 or more enemies, it doesn't charge between them. I mean, it's just supposed to do like a slight splash damage, as far as I know. They might have changed it up. I'm not entirely sure. Does oil make electricity do critical? Not that I've seen, at least not in the past. Hard to say. Is this Doc the Doc that fires birds, born specifically to blaze birds? Doc the Firebird, that bird? Yeah, that's right. I shoot birds. No, I'm made of birds. Or something. What is it? What was the dumb lore? I was talking about that recently. Right. I'm a Trinity made of a Pontiac Firebird, a Phoenix, or Yatagrasu. It's one of the two. And a bunch of snakes is the third one. Sorry for the boring question, KD Mouse or keyboard or KB Mouse. It is using a PlayStation 4 DualShock controller, and I only use the D-pad, so not really the most interesting sort of stuff. But yes. What do we got here? Not much. Thanks for the double episodes today. Well, it wasn't really supposed to be double episodes. It was more like I uploaded it really late yesterday. So instead we get sort of that. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Because I will see... I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how this one's going to be uploaded. I assume it's going to be just, like, right next to everything else. And hopefully I'll also get the... If I ever get a response from the second guy, I might get another Persona episode out, too. Any new weapons? No, I don't think there's any new weapons or, like, new areas. It's really just a lot of, It's the super mutations, the aspects, and it's the practice arena. And that's why what I want to do today is I want it to be all about the practice arena. I just need to go get to the point where I can have everything unlocked for me. The mix of Persona, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Dead Cells. Dead Cells I would agree with. I don't know. Like, obviously, you know, it should go without saying Persona is the least popular series on the entire channel and has been for quite a long time. And Horizon is a self-admitted pretty bad series. Like, we're getting to the point where it's like maybe 2-3 episodes away from ending, but at the same time it's still like a couple days, you know. That's kind of the yeah, I'll do a more formalized version of I'll do a more formalized version of like showing it off and everything. It's just right now, you know, wait for notifications get sent out for people watching the stream, and let's get some stuff unlocked here while Super Mario mode. Get some stuff unlocked here while we're waiting. Kind of watching for the dumb commentary. I mean, if you like dumb commentary, there's a lot of dumb commentary in that one. I don't know if you noticed in the last episode that there was some very conspicuous sort of silence near the end. You know what? No, I'm not going to tell you what that was. Because, like, even though you can tell that it's just dumb saying anything to get the runtime, yeah, I mean, it is literally that. We've been talking about that where it's just like, I'm just like, okay, we got nothing for this episode. I'm going to turn off the filters and... Oh, no, it's Taco Bell again. We're just talking about Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell. That's the new podcast name, which has been kind of the entire thing for that series. Okay, fine, it was Autofellatio. And I'm just like, you know what? We're not going to put that one on... Shut up! I knew it. I knew that was going to be the reaction when I said that. I need an explanation. It was the Marilyn Manson thing, and it went, and basically, I'm also pretty flexible. That's enough. That's enough. But it's like, yeah, I basically recorded like a little bit of a redo of that part there. Hashtag not sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell, not the official fast food restaurant of Autofellatio. Yeah, you get yourself a bean burrito and you're like set for one hell of a night. No, we have to get off this topic of conversation right now before I lose all of the viewers. I told you, I knew it was a good idea to not have that one on there. Look, even the second guy at the time was like, are you sure you want... And I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want that one. And that's why I... Hey, you know, it was an important cutscene, too, for the lore of the game, though. So I think that cutting that out was probably something. Anything new to report with the new alpha? I mean, I didn't actually check. There was a new update now, which is why I need to re-unlock stuff. I already had that unlocked by well, actually the end of last night. So it should have been good to go for the stream here. It's just they updated the alpha. So we got to just go one real quick run through, get minimum to the Scarecrow, and then we can basically start right from that point again. No, that's not the sort of questions we're asking here. I mean, you know. It's, what are statuses you get? I know there's a speed boost when you go on a killing spree, but sometimes you get, like, up and down arrows. Up and down. Like, there's... The various statuses you get are stuff like, cursed, 2 times damage that you get from both, well, 2 times damage given and taken, as well as the heals 1% on each hit. What else? What else? There's, like, specific ones based on if you have a critical, if you have, like, a critical condition for a weapon up, what you'll do is you'll see, like, a glowing thing on the main character's eye. The up and down arrows that occasionally appear are just saying that the speed boost is being either upgraded or, like, you're getting it in the first place. That's just your kind of visual indication for when that's going on. Yeah, down is off, up is on. I mean, see if I just, like, wait here for a second. That's just saying that I lost the speed boost there. What other weird status effects do you get for, like, glowing green is having vampirism on, glowing purple is having corrupted healing on. Yeah, anything else? Anything else? Oh, a blue aura is having liposuction on, which I think I can actually show off if I go back here. Yeah. There, that's how you know that you're getting the extra cell each time you kill an enemy. Anything else I cannot think of for right now. But yeah, for the most part, curses and, like, the 2 times damage taken are the ones you're probably going to see. There's also the rare 4 times damage taken, but that's literally just the same thing except an angrier red color and it says 4 instead. Red skull is curse. Yeah. Or is it just regular skull? I'm trying to remember. He's red. I should know this. Ooh, I'll take that. Oh, yeah, you also can get poisoned. Poison effect. Oh, bleeding. Yeah, the bleeding and holding on to your stomach is low health. That's not really an effect. That's more like just an indication that you're at very low health. That's pretty much everything I can think of, though. The various sort of shortcut visual cues of stuff that's happening. All right. Let's take a look here. If you change Dead Cells to be the art style of any other game, what would it be? I don't know. I guess I would like to see it like true 3D, but I don't know. Hard to say. Give me, like, Don't Starve style. How about that? I think that would be interesting. It's sort of like a weird old-timey woodcut sort of art style. Might kind of fit, like, the weirdness of it and everything. So Dead Soulsy? I don't know, actually. It's just like, I suppose almost more like Bloodborne? Or not Bloodborne, Bloodstained? Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon would be interesting. Of course, everybody's eyes in this game are glowing, so I don't know how you would do the whole, like, obscured eyes when you're doing that. Give me support. Always pretty good. I mean, besides, this is just a blow-through sort of run. See what's going on here. Well, good run so far. It's just 0 cell, so I'm blowing through it. I want to get to some of the areas, and that's about it. I forgot this was 0 cell. I mean, to be fair, if you're going very fast and are kind of at, like, low stats, there's not too much difference in some ways. You'll see by the end of this, I'll be taking a lot of damage from basically everything. But such is how it goes. Oh, come on. Hold out the shield. Hold out the shield. That was the plan there. Whatever. It's not like I really need a whole lot of legendary items or anything right now. Damn, you do nothing to him. This is a starting version of the weapon, and I have skipped probably a lot of stats at this point in time. Of course, that's not really the point. The point's to go fast. Right, there we are. Hopefully no rage. That was not a rage quit. That was a beef brain quit. That was a scattered and lost variety of thought. It was gone. Off the rails. It was off the rails. Speed Souls? I mean, it's pretty. It's fairly speedy, all things considered. I would not call it Speed Souls though. We're all in a constant state of beef brain. Well, I mean, you know, it also hits me harder because of the whole like streaming thing. But you know how that is. Oh, come on, I couldn't get like one more even. That's fine though. Anyway, I do need to open up. Oh yeah, there was also the old man complains about video game, which is not rage quitting. That's more like almost wistful. It's almost definitely because it's not fellatio. It's autofellatio. You know. It's a big difference. I should stop leaving so much time in between the point that I say that to make it like easily, to make it so that people can easily understand it, even if they're not like a native English speaker. I don't know. Just thoughts I'm having right now. This is a bad idea. Not entirely sure what I was thinking there. I should also probably stop pronouncing it so with such a enunciation too. If I don't want it to be absolutely clear exactly what I'm saying. Again, hindsight is 20/20. I can't say the year is also that though anymore. That's tragic. The one thing I miss about that. Ow. Well, that and also having a job while basically not having a job. That was fun. Ah, here we are. Yeah. Try again. Oh, well. That's how that works. Should have taken the electricity aspect. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I wanted to save, like, aspect checking out stuff for when I'm doing the actual thing. Obama 2020. Yep, that was when he took over for the third term, as so many late-night radio advertisements told me was going to happen. I would say, does anybody else know what I'm talking about? But I don't listen to talk radio, and don't listen to talk radio late at night. Unless you're listening to, like, I don't know, coast to coast. That's fine. How can a doctor have a job? It's literally, most doctors, as I'm sure you know, are very poor. Ooh, that could be kind of fun. In fact, that is pretty fun. I'm going to take it. Plus, Speed Boost has several levels. It has 2 levels, I believe. Which, I mean, are... Like, you can recognize them pretty easily. It's something like a different outline on it or something. I don't really remember exactly how it is. It's one of those things where it's just like, I can recognize it really easily, but if you were to ask me to actually, like, draw it or something like that, I wouldn't be able to. Same thing with, like, being cursed and everything like that. It's just, it's the centipede problem, you know? If you know what I'm saying. No, anyway. Here we go. Okay. The level 1 speed boost doesn't have the buff icon. Oh, doesn't it? I thought it did have the buff icon. I thought it was just a slightly different one. Again, that's the centipede problem. Thinking about those legs and you can't use them anymore. This is 70s disco cultist? No, it's just a regular cultist. The rave souls are there incidentally. It's part of the weapon. They grooving though. Why can't we roll through the shuriken chaps? I think they changed that. Let me see. That. I tried. Get you out of here, and then let's try that again. Ah, no. Yuck. I swear that I don't have the beef brain again. Just give me 1 second. I think I can. One more. Yeah, no, you definitely can. I think that would make it very, very clear, right? I love the floating islands. Floating islands are cool. I said that all the way back in one of the OG playthroughs on the channel, Brainlord, where it was like one of the things they did in that game was that the cover art for it very, very clearly showed like a big, cool floating island that never appeared anywhere in the game at all at any point in time. It's, now, I mean, yeah, I think they changed it up at some point in time that you can roll through stuff. It used to be that you couldn't roll through traps, but that's been changed now. Also, yeah, put it up on the board. Another reference to Brainlord, everybody. I don't know why. I will freely admit that it's not even a good game. It's a thoroughly mediocre game to bad by the time you get to the end of it, especially. But some reason, it's like I didn't even like play it as a kid. It's not like a nostalgia thing. I just have so much affinity for it. Oh yeah, another status effect. When you have some sort of damage increasing mutation, for example, here. It's like, yeah, you get the little sword with the amount of times that your damage is being increased next to it. 1 for right now. God damn, the lantern does damage. It sure do. It is a good item. It's just, you know, sometimes a little bit difficult to get working. Especially, though, a legendary version of it, replacing a, like, level 1 item, well, a first area item. Yeah. We just played Uncharted again, and boy, does it not hold up well. Does it really not hold up well? I think that it would hold up fine. It's just, you know, you might expect more. Sometimes I wonder if that's the sort of thing. It's just like playing video games like this, and then you go to something like a way more AAA, like, experience. It's like sometimes you just kind of expect something different. No, because that's way too pretentious. I don't want to say that. Everybody, please strip everything I just said from your mind. Come on, do it. Yeah. What else? I mean, there is of course the cursed chest, but let's not risk that. Strip, yes, exactly, from your mind. If that requires actually stripping things from your body, fine. I would have just expected, I don't know, like, you like, close your eyes and concentrate really hard. Deleted from the hippocampus. Perfect. Want a brick or a rock weapon? I mean, we do have, like, the toothpick, sort of. And also, of course, the tombstone. Never forget about that. Annoying difficulty spikes, goofy platforming sections of the camera that hates a player. Story is fine, produced well, but the gameplay is lacking at best and frustrating at worst. I mean, I just remember it being very, much like a lot of platforming in those games, being pretty automatic. I mean, it was a series that really lived and died on its big set piece scenes. So if those at least worked good enough, it's like the game was fine, right? I don't know. I guess the answer is that really Naughty Dog should be remembered for Ratchet & Clank and not for the Uncharted series. I mean, come on. That's right. Only Ratchet & Clank. Now then. Sounds about right. I don't know. I've always heard a lot of good stuff about that series. Here we are, and there we go. All right. Let's get through here already. No, I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 games they created. If there was a third one, it was probably, you know, like some obscure nonsense. Whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, and I'm surprisingly not taking as much damage as I was expecting. Nope, nothing else. I mean, well, yes. Look, here's the thing. The Uncharted was a multi-million-dollar title. It was one of the biggest PlayStation exclusives. Full stop. But I don't know. I mean, it's just like, I just think that like a finely crafted platformer is going to be more interesting. Gonna get Cocoon? I shouldn't need to get Cocoon. Because it's like everything is unlocked. This is like the 100% save file that they let you have when you're doing alphas. But, I mean, I think I could still probably do the whole sequence. It's just, you know, it just wouldn't really do much of anything for me. Nah. This is supposed to be like sort of a get through here quickly type of deal. And I think that's going to be the best idea to approach it. Elena is the best wife. I honestly, yeah. What was she the reporter or the partner in crime character? Because I don't remember. I only remember Drake and Sully, and the bald guy from the second game because he was pretty hardcore. Yeah. Is that a mob that can do a homunculus rune? Washington is getting lazy. Hey, they've been in the game for a while. I guess if you haven't seen the DLC. Blonde reporter. Okay. She was a reporter, lady. The best bromance in the history of bromance. I would almost say that it's like a dad-son relationship. Name a better dad-son relationship than Uncharted. I dare you. Or filmmaker. Nah, fair enough. Oh, after Gears of War. I never played any one of the Gears of War games. I mean, that should come as no surprise given my general incompetence when it comes to shooters, especially console-specific ones. But, you know, not familiar. Elena puts up with Drake's shit so much. I mean, everybody did. Everybody in that entire series put up with so much of Drake's shit. He put them all through so much bullshit for the stupidest of reasons. You missed a scroll? Quite a few scrolls. Look, it's only Zero Cell. It's fine. Oh, come on. They were all absorbed by the mushroom there. Terrible. Truly awful. Told you take a lot of damage from this character, period. Thankfully, though, there we are. Gears is surprisingly wonderful. What a balanced fight. I mean, to be fair, it's like this is Zero Cell mode, and I know what I'm doing. There we are. Does a lot of damage. Autofellatio isn't a sort of dad-son relationship. It is not. Not? What? Now, please tell me the context in which that could make any sense at all. Why was that the one you read? I'll go read even worse stuff. Let me see here. Here, you know what? I don't see anything in the past, really. So does anybody have any just absolutely terrible things that they want to say that they want me to read out loud? Please not like unforgivably terrible. Just regular terrible. Isn't this a video? Not yet. What are you doing today? No, that's actually very pleasant. Empathetic, if you will. Just come, C-U-M, in all caps. That's right, this is a cum stream now, everybody. That's what you turned it into. Yeah, I don't know anything about Chris Chan or what his whole deal is. I remember everybody being obsessed about it like 10 years ago. Frankly, I never cared. Piss and cum stream. That's right, everybody. Welcome to the Piss and Cum cast. Are you ready to both piss and cum? Hey, babe, do you piss and cum with those thighs? And that's what I say. Because that's the life I lead now. I don't want to lose a Ferryman's Lantern, but I guess I'm going to have to, aren't I? Oh, well. Bye. The Horizon. Yeah, the next episode of Horizon, the Piss and Cum cast. I've been very inconsistent about that as a naming scheme, although it's just like, I don't know, I don't really do naming schemes for... Wow, really? I never really do naming schemes for any one of the series, to be honest. It was like Baba is you and... Yeah, like, I don't know, Persona 5? Ah. Persona 5 The Royal. That's right. Because I call it the right name, unlike Hall of You. How's it going in America Land, where they don't have the right name for things? No, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear about your loss of the article the. There we are. Well, what do you got here? Now, really, what are you doing today? Is this just a regular run? Well, I want to make sure that this is going to include all of the areas, because the areas in the practice part don't open up until you've been to them at least once. And since this is, I mean, it's not actually a new save file, but the experimental save file that you get for doing the alpha is more or less counted as a new save file, I guess, for that. So basically, I just need to do at least one run, get through everything, and then we can go grind out against the Scarecrow for the rest of the time here. What about the left name? The left, you mean the American name? Japan is a very conservative country, by the way. This is the extent of my information here. Ah. Ow. Should have seen that coming, really, when I decided to just jump down there for no reason at all. Are you kidding me? That's some good arcing. These barrels, living barrels as they're called, are very annoying. Well, anyway, how can I play in the alpha? All you need to do is just right-click on the game in Steam and select, and in the Properties tab, you can find a betas. All you need to do is just switch your version of the game to the current alpha. It'll say not for the faint-hearted, and it is buggy. We saw actually yesterday that it's quite buggy, so be prepared for that, but you can check out all the new content if you're feeling it. The very PC stream. Yeah, exactly. You can't get it on console. Speaking of which, I've been grinding Godmaster runs. Good luck. That's how I had to do it. Like, it is. Godmaster is really hard. Like, I don't think anybody's going to argue that, but by the end of it, you do truly feel like you have mastered the game. Things like the failed champion and whatnot taking me, like, literally hours to beat the first time, or, like, Lost Kin. Now it's just, like, I could do it without taking even a single hit. It's ridiculous. Remember how hard it was to fight the other DLC guy, Grim? It's like, God, it just doesn't even compare when you have to do it after an entire gauntlet of other fights. Oh, Godmaster, it's like, it's definitely a very interesting sort of DLC, but it is so excessive in some ways. Whew, I beat him charmless. Yeah. It ain't easy. It ain't easy, though. I mean, it's possible, certainly. You can't get the piss and cum on console? It's true. Don't piss and cum on your console. Goods. Grim just doesn't give you space to breathe. I mean, he does two masks of damage with every one of his attacks, and he's very fast. But it's like, once you get it down, you get it down. I mean, it's that's the entire thing. That's why it's like I can hardly ever get angry at at like anything in video games, because it's like, look at what speedrunners do on a regular basis. Look at what the Hollow Knight devs just expect you to do on a regular basis. Nightmare King, but it's like you wanna get the true ending? You wanna get the true ending that what I did twice for the video? Because I got both of the true endings. Because why not? Hey, I mean, that's the whole thing, though. Once you know how to do, and once you know how to do it, you can do it pretty consistently. It's just, you know, actually making that happen and committing to it enough to. Okay, then. Committing to actually wanting to play the game enough to do that in the first place is an entirely different story. He only does like 5 attacks? That's enough. What do you think, the amount of attacks that something can do makes any difference on its difficulty? I can tell you that ain't true. Ow. And that should at least do this, boss. Ow. There we are. If you beat 5 boss cell in DC, how hard is Sekiro? Sekiro put up a decent challenge. Honestly, I think it actually got easier over time, more or less. Like the hardest boss fight in that game for me was Madame Butterfly. Which is harder, Sekiro or Hollow Knight? Probably Hollow Knight. The bosses in Hollow Knight are just they're pretty wacky. Whereas the bosses in Sekiro, I feel like, I don't know, I just had in general a easier time with. All right. Sekiro is more difficult? I don't know. Pure Vessel is so much harder than Nightmare King Grim. Pure Vessel's a real... Pure Vessel and Absolute Radiance, of course, were the most difficult. Nightmare King Grim was an annoying sort of a stepping stone on the way to that. But, you know. Okay. Let's go start up like an actual episode type of thing. Then I do want to... Yeah, perfect. Oh, we do have flawless versions of each one of the outfits now. And I can see that the new ones they added have job capitalized for some reason. Ha! Good job, Motion Twin, on your part. Anyway. Other than that, I'll just kind of virtually keep everything else the same. All right. I just play fighting games. Man, fighting games, it's like, even if you're not doing like competitive stuff, it's like the bosses that exist in those are pretty wacky. Like if you're talking, you know, trying to I flawless 3 fights and now I get to beat Ultra True Form final boss of the game. It's like those ones get so stupid. All right. It is so much stuff. I mean, yeah, speaking of like, you know, I said before that it's like 5 attacks or something is enough to be very difficult. It's like, God, just to think about the amount of things that your average fighting game character can pull off. It's wacky. Want to play Guilty Gear Strive? Yep, that is a pretty wacky one. These costumes remind me of Saint Seiya. Dead Cells? I don't know. I have to admit, it's been a long time since I've seen anything related to Saint Seiya. But yeah, I played Xrd and that shit was so fun. Guilty Gear's a cool series. I like Guilty Gear. Never played it myself, but you know, I have to like peruse the wiki and watched at least quite a few matches before. That's good stuff. Well, anyway, I only very occasionally dip into the FGC. It's not really something that, you know, I think that I would actually get like really deep into myself. But I do think that it's pretty fun. There's a lot of fun stuff there. Except for Melee. Those guys can go fuck themselves. Let's start up the episode. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. There's a new alpha out, and this one is all about giving you a little bit more practice against some of the more difficult parts of the game. Additionally, there is also what Motion Twin has described as super mutations in play now, called aspects, which they're not entirely like cheats, but they're probably the closest thing you can get in the official version of the game. Let's check those out a little bit before probably just fighting the Scarecrow for 3 hours yet again, because that's, you know, how that's obviously the number one thing that I want to do when it comes to practicing anything in this game at all, period. Yo. Lot of interesting stuff, like good synergy with Predator, good synergy with like Spite Sword. I can imagine that one being a fun run. Damned would be a way to actually do a Cursed Sword run and not make it a nightmare through and through. Like a few damage over time type of things. Gotta go fast feels like it would work well with my playstyle. Hey, Biters potentially becoming useful. Grenadier, just get out a powerful grenade. I mean, it's in the icon right there, right? Stomper. For yet another attempt at the dive attack only run. Maybe actually make this one work in higher boss cell difficulty than 0. Well, electricity damage over time is already so good. Deployables, because deployables need more buffs. And yeah, heals you in poison. Equipping an aspect, though, prevents you from unlocking new boss cells, and from what I understand, also getting flawless boss fight achievements. So if you were thinking that any one of these could be pretty good for that, and let me tell you, they would. Like, look at this alone. It's like, unfortunately, not really going to get the ability to do that. But here is the real meat and potatoes of the update. Once it loads. Still an alpha. Frankly, I'm just glad that I can actually talk to NPCs, which was not entirely possible the last time I was here. What appears to be maybe like enemies about to be put into the game, or just random assets that they had around here. Who knows? I can dream, though. Like, that's just a Bloodborne pig up there. I'm telling you that right now. Wall jumping. Not quite what happened. And also, hey. Nah, nothing. At least nothing for right now. All right, chat. If we're going to be doing a bunch of fights against the Scarecrow, because, like I said, if we're going to practice anything, it's going to be that. What build? What build are we looking for? Is the snake plus sword a reference to Final Fantasy VII? I mean, I guess I kind of... Yeah, it sort of reminds me of Midgar Zolom, but I don't know. I feel like that's also just... That's a sort of classic thing, swords and snakes. Spartan sandals. Number 3, yeah, you know what? Well, first off, it's like you get as many items as you want, but this is a good... These are some 2 good, very good items. Not a huge fan of, like, a lot of the other... You know, like, a lot of the other stuff that I'm seeing here, but this should work out well. That's not a stinking pile of corpses. That's a bunch of, like, whatever. Gion, I don't know. I don't even know if he knows what he's saying. Yeah, obviously. Give me, like, a little bit of resistance, and then give me... I don't know. Armadillo Pack's probably a good thing, so throw me in one more shield here, if any would. All right. This should work out fairly well. And before we get into the bosses, let's take a look at... No NPC wants to talk here. Let's take a look at what we got. So I only have so many areas unlocked because I had to do one run to go through here, but as you can see stuff like, for example, the distillery. Activate stuff whenever you want. You can also go up to the enemies and see what's something fun to throw in here. No, just nothing. Apostate. Come on, give me like Live and Barrel. Because at least that will make it a little bit easier to kind of try and figure out exactly how they function. Yeah, okay, so you can parry that. It's not the easiest thing, but it is 100% possible. Anything else that I would like a Protector plus this since I want to die. Yeah. Okay, actually that worked out just fine. And there's a whole bunch of little areas that you can go through if you there's a whole bunch of areas to go through then for each one of these practice things. Kind of testing them out in all different environments. Get your parry timing down, just kind of figure out exactly how each one of them works. All that sort of deal. Can you unlock things in the run? I think you can still unlock everything as usual. And maybe even like also all the normal mutations. It's just the flawless boss mutations, which do have their own special things now on top of everything else. You can see me wearing a flawless Timekeeper's costume right now. They look great, by the way. It's like those ones might not be open for you. Additionally, say the one for beating the 5-cell boss. Well, first off, doesn't get a flawless outfit, but also, well, it does because that already exists in the game. But you know what I'm trying to say here. Yep, it is just a bunch of practice stuff. You can just set it up. Let them, whatever sort of combination of enemies, and I think it's supposed to also change, like, the biomes, but it wasn't quite doing that for me. And just, like, fight them over and over. Get used to the whole, like, parry timing, dodging, everything like that. See if there's any, like, other weird little things. What's up here? Okay, yeah, all right, I got you. Fun. But that's not what we're doing today. Yeah. For the most part, I just have like the one boss that I wanted to have unlocked. So I did one real quick fight over there to see what's going on. So, y'all ready for the rest of the episode? Probably supposed to do something eventually, but I have no idea. Maybe like set it up to be a bunch of different levels of difficulty. Who knows? As it is, though, I feel like this is the perfect way to try and get the most out of this update. I'm just not hitting them enough. That's okay, though. You know, obviously getting just a whole bunch of practice against... Okay, well, it would be possible to parry there, but, you know. Not quite working out well for me. Like everything with the Scarecrow, frankly. Armadillo Pack, though, does actually do pretty nice here. I think it should go without saying. Yeah? Alright. Now, can I do this without having to use a potion charge? Because that would be kind of the major point. Ah, well. And there we are. Come on. Well, I guess that's good enough, but not, like, perfect is kind of the issue there. I'm not dead just yet. Shut up. It's fine. Would be nice to have sort of like an instant restart, though, after you beat him or die, I suppose. I actually don't really know what happens when you die in these areas. Haven't quite done that just yet. We'll see. Once more. Yeah, I mean, it's like do this for like 3 hours is basically the way that I'm looking at it right now. Especially because we've only been doing this for like 10 minutes. Maybe check out one of the aspects. Maybe just do this a couple times and then see if anybody wants to see any one of the specific aspects kind of done as a run. To be honest, I sort of want to try and maybe do like just a short little series for that. for the sake of, like, almost showcase style. But we can at least, like, take a look at some of them for right now. Yeah, okay, so it is entirely possible to just, not even worry too much about fighting a lot of the Scarecrow itself, as long as I just get the Mushroom Boy parts down quickly enough. Yes. Okay. Just get the parries. The parries are the obvious way to... There. The parries are the obvious way to get the most damage out of this. Mm-hmm. You don't want to play something that feels so fast that it's dumb? I do. I think that's the optimal way to be playing, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty easy to deal with a lot of the stuff here if you just use a... Come on. At least get one more here. If you just use the Armadillo pack, that is. There. Took a second, but got it. Okay. Anyway, yeah, let's see. You know what? Let's go do a specific run with the aspects. Throw it on 5-cell mode, see if something fun is... Also, is there anything else in here? I mean, it does kind of show you that there is a door up there, but you know what I'm saying right now. Okay. Anything people want to see here? Because each one of these kind of represents a pretty just different damned. I mean, I suppose damned would be something, but unless I'm using like a cursed sword, it's really only going to affect it when I get a cursed chest for the most part. I could go do the bleed one. Yeah, that'd probably be pretty easy to do. Grenade. Grenade just feels silly with no CD. There's a lot of different things here, though. Fine, we'll do the Blood Drinker one. And take a look at exactly how that one works for right now. Although I do think that, like I said, I am probably going to be coming back for a very, I don't know, more in-depth look at some of the boss fights later. But for right now, we can just, yeah, real run. I'll start check out some of the flawless outfits for as much as those are worth. They are an interesting sort, but they're also very like I pre-ordered this with the DLC sort of deal. Not a bad start though. Like how exactly does this work? Every hit against a bleeding target heals you. Because I'm just like one-shotting everything right now. I'm taking a look. Take the poison one and see if poison from alchemic heals you. I mean, it should. I don't really see why it wouldn't. It's been described as like... He was described as like any sort of toxic cloud, so that should include that, if anything. And I mean, yeah, that would probably make it very easy to heal up, but I do think that's kind of the case with a lot of the aspects and how they work and everything like that. Right? Anything interest? You might be, for the sake of it, getting just even more bleed, especially really easy bleed out here as well. Because I do think that is an easy way to just basically keep myself at full health at all points in time. Provided that I'm not about to die due to, I don't know, like, one-shot stuff. It's entirely... Just get the mutation, the brutality bleed one. Oh, right, I forgot about that. That is also another thing, too, open wounds. Because, I mean, that basically would just mean that every time that I'm just punching an enemy, I'm healing for a huge amount. I bet Motion Twin probably just saw that coming with how they designed this in the first place, really. Although, as you can see, a lot of enemies just kind of die immediately upon getting hit. So, I don't know. Hard to say. You ever play Genshin Impact? Maybe when they got like all the chapters out or something. I don't know. I think it would be interesting. Chad, here's a question. You'll be interested. I mean, it's like a free-to-play game. I gotta admit, I probably don't have too much interest in actually throwing down a whole bunch of cash money on it. But, like, would you want to see it? I wouldn't? Okay. Because, like, I don't know. Like, the call of the Genshin has... Call of the Genshin has been calling to me. That's like I was trying to say that in a different way, and then I'm just realizing, no, call is the right word for that. There's already so much Genshin content out there. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like that is like an entire thing with. First off, let's get open wounds. Perfect. Let's do it, baby. I mean, would it really be the worst thing to do just like a flavor of the month thing on the channel occasionally? You know, just like, for the most part, I've described myself as somebody who more or less roots through trash 90% of the time. But like, wouldn't it be interesting just like, hey, here's something that's a little bit more popular for once? I don't know, right? Oh yeah, Aloy is going to be in Horizon as well. I talked about that in the series though, where I'm just like, I don't know. To be honest, kind of find Aloy a little bit boring as a character. Is it just me? I don't know. She's just kind of like spunky teenager. Ah, well, I don't know. Really thought the whole thing about her being like rejected by her tribes members for literally her entire life would have come up a little bit more. But then again, it's like, does Genshin usually have like very in-depth story stuff for each one of the characters? I don't know. I literally do not know. Yeah, give me that. Ah. Horizon's been an interesting game so far. It's like in a lot of ways I can say like it's pretty good, but also like, man, I just cannot play it. Ah, well, probably not going to be lasting too much longer regardless. Yeah, like the story isn't bad for Horizon, but Aloy's kind of lacking. It's weird because, you know, everybody else in her life is so like deeply religious and superstitious and everything like that, but she doesn't have any problem with that at all. It's I don't know. I mean, it's not like, you know, yeah. It's not even like really noticeable, I suppose, unless you're doing stuff like editing every episode of that to kind of like get through the parts where I'm just kind of like walking around and it's like just like looking at the dialogue and it's like, man, Aloy has been 90% just sarcastic for the entirety of the running time here. Ah, well. Genshin has like 40k words worth of story, but you have to read it. Nah. I've heard that with a lot of gacha games, basically. That it's like the story is kind of interesting, but it's not something that you just kind of get into over time. You have to make a commitment to learn it. Like, yes, Fate Grand Order does in fact have a sort of interesting stuff going on, but you gotta but you'll take 50 hours before you even get to that. That's the gacha principle, which I guess isn't that bad. I can understand how it works. FGO only has like a good story of Chapter 4. Okay, it was something like that. Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking. Now here's a question: is Aloy in Genshin Impact actually like supposed to be the real Aloy or something? Ah, come on, don't die here. Is it one of those sort of storylines? Because I'm sort of interested. Did you check out Nier Replicant? I played Nier Automata, and I watched like a couple playthroughs of the OG Nier. Does that count? Replicant is the game before that. Oh, okay. So yeah, I know the story. I mean, I was referencing it and everything when I was playing that game. Because, like, I knew about, like, the replicant plot line and dealing with the fallout from the final ending of Drakengard. Oh, that's a weird ending. With the Mother Grotesquerie and everything like that. The remake is actually different. Somehow that, you know, I gotta say, somehow doesn't surprise me. that is a very Yoko Taro sort of thing to do. I forgot Drakengard was a thing. Oh, it is, baby. It is a thing. And boy, what a thing it is. It's honestly, like, actually pretty bad as, like, a game. It's just also, you know, like, just, I don't know, also, like, super edgy in terms of, like, the story as well. I don't really think the story in Drakengard was also nearly as well realized as, like, Nier and Nier Automata. Is that just me? Anybody else want to, like, anything? All right. Go and beat up a giant child and babies with your party member of a pedophile, a cannibal, a bald man, murder man, and incest man. If you never played Drakengard, that's what happens. Okay, that's Drakengard. It is, though. All right, let's go back and get a heal. No Arknights? I do not know Arknights. I can't really say that I know anything about that. No, come on. I don't want any other one of those to be other timeline versions of myself. Certainly, that's... Like, come on. That's all very, very bad. All of the things I said were very bad. By the way, this is not going to get included in the video. Oh, even the bald... No, the bald guy. That's true. Man gave up his hair for a pact with a dead dragon. I don't think he understands how pacts are supposed to work. Of course, it's kind of hard to say how pacts are supposed to work in that world. They're very weird. Well, anyway. That's everything here. So, here's the question, though. I honestly don't know what the main appeal in Nier came from the gameplay. It was mainly the story. Oh, yeah, no, the gameplay for the original Nier was actually not great. It was, you know, it was workable, but it wasn't, like, great. The gameplay for Nier Automata, though, was much better because, you know, the Platinum knows how to make a video game. That's just the case of the matter. All right, hemorrhage. Dare I? I think I dare. So, I mean, yeah. Am I... Okay, so. Am I playing Genshin? Really enjoyed the playthrough of Nier Automata. I liked most of it. Like I said, the only real issue that I had with the game came with... after the main story, where I just kind of felt like it lost a lot of the direction it had. Whatever. Let's whatever. I said I wasn't going to include that in the real episode itself anyway. Doc, you can't play Genshin. You have such a backlog. I know, but it's like that shouldn't stop me from being. I technically I can play whatever game I want at any point in time. So, yeah. You can't stop me. Nothing can stop me. Anyway, all right, so which one are we doing here? There's a lot of good aspects, and frankly, I think any one of them could be pretty interesting. Maybe not Stomper. That one is such a specific sort of move set that I don't think it's going to make like a huge difference in the course of a normal run. But everything else here be interesting in its own way. Tinker? Tinker is... That's something. 1 second cooldown, but like, what would be the best thing to use for that? Maybe like, I don't know, let's say lightning rods would probably be pretty good if you can just throw those down constantly. Because a lot of the deployable items... Oh, of course, trying to use the explosive decoy would be great. I don't know. We can try and make this work. Let's try it. I'm just curious because this is a very sort of game-changing way to go about doing a run. So I can find anything. I don't really see anything that's going to work out really well here, but at least for the very start, let's say, I don't know, you. Because Crusher, having that be in a bunch of different places at once and also just having it release toxic gas all the time could be good. Might be something worth getting. Hard to say. I think it'll be... This thing will really start to shine as we get a little bit farther into the run. For the time being, though, at least it will be something. Not that the poison from deploying items really does too much damage at all or anything like that. It's just, you know, it's enough to at least enable synergies really trivially. I mean, even more so than any other, like, dedicated... Yeah, any other, like, dedicated bomb or something like that. I don't know. Well, anyway, either way, let's just go find the shop. That's going to be the way that I make this thing really start popping off. They added an aspect that would work like the Serenade glitch. Or like the... actually... This might be interesting. Let's make sure that I don't die here first, but... Jeez. I'm too busy messing around with these doors. Gotta stop with that. Would Owl do any good? Is that... Yeah, actually, that it would make the Owl significantly more powerful. Okay, so you can only leave down one door at a time, it seems. But still, it's like, I like the idea of this. Makes it a lot easier to use the door, period. Let's see how this one goes. In the meantime, I still do have, like, actual healing up here and everything. Probably didn't need to blow the potion charge, but I don't know. We can also go... If I die, I can also just go check out another aspect, too. Needless to say, it's not like I'm really planning to do a full run with this for the time being. Wow, I really just screwed up everything that I could possibly do there. Yeah? And... no. Sure, I'll take that for right now. And of course, I have nothing that actually scales well with... otherwise nothing that really scales super well with the tact, at least for the time being. Well, let's see how this goes. Aspect definitely does look fun. There's certainly going to be some usages here, but I do think it's going to be one that's a lot more slow roller. Explosive dummy, though. So is definitely the one to try and go find if I can. This would also probably be... This, you know, if we want to go switch aspects, I think I can probably go switch aspects. I can also go check out, like, the bleed one, which would be probably pretty good here as well, using hemorrhage. I'm just curious. Let me see. Can you just, like, switch these things out whenever you want? No, okay. As soon as you leave the area, it's done. Kind of saw that coming, but I wanted to check anyway. I forgot that you started the stream eating a taco. Did you drink some water? It wasn't a taco. It was a burrito. And no, I didn't. We were too busy getting into the stream. As you know. Like, come on. I can't deny you. Like, here's the thing. I made a promise very early on when I started streaming that I was not going to just sit there and eat on stream all the time. Or be like, oh, man, I got to go get water or whatever. It's like, no, I will suffer through. I will desiccate myself to get the gamer's edge, to give you the sort of gameplay that you deserve. That is my promise to you as the viewer. I am very thirsty, though. Like, boy, I would really like some water right now. But, you know, that's just kind of how it's got to be, right? Come on, you know what I want. Oh, this could also be fun, too, as far as a thing that I can throw out as much as possible. But anyway. But then you get closer to Tom Jerry? What? For who? What? I don't deserve gameplay. No, you do. You should always remember that every one of you deserves gameplay. Because that's what you're here for. Why would I want to give you anything else except for that? And also occasionally conversations about just absolutely unspeakable things that occur when the camera isn't rolling. Or about gacha games. I don't know. That also happens too. Still on the fence if I want to go play Genshin Impact or not. Which the answer is I do, but the question really is, should I? Dare I play Genshin Impact? I don't know. That's the only thing. That's the one thing that you have to answer for yourself. Anyway, and that did also cause like 50% of the chat to just turn into Genshin Impact talk that I don't even understand right now. And I keep looking over at chat and I'm like, hey, what's going on in chat? And it's just like, they're talking about something about like M2 skills getting buffed in the next patch. What does that even mean? Anyway, let's just see what else. Still looking for any amount of shops that I can possibly find right now. Nah, this is Arknights. I don't even know what that is. Anyway. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Some of the aspects seem to be very immediately rewarding. Some of them, not so much. And it's highly dependent on what your build is, which is why I think that, you know, initially I was thinking of them as being like a game-sanctioned cheats, but it does seem like they really are more like just a very different way to do a run. It's like with a little bit of reworking, I think you could probably actually turn them into, you could probably actually just turn them into outright, you know, challenges or something for the game instead, which, I don't know, a lot of other games do that. Might be interesting to see that in Dead Cells as well. Yeah, okay. I like the of course, daily the runs and whatnot. Like, it would be interesting to see something a little bit different and maybe something a little bit more impactful for the gameplay itself come in there, aside from just, like, unlocking a weapon or two. Yep. Okay. And there we are. Come on. Well, let's check out the lightning rods, because I do think that if there is something that might be useful here... No, that one's not considered a deployable, eh? That's interesting, because I would have thought that? I don't know. Come on. Come on. I'm just looking for the explosive decoy. Why will you not give it to me? Ah, well. Now the chat has turned entirely into talking about Arknights. Ah, well. Regular episode time, everybody. Okay. So basically, it's going to be kind of difficult to make this entire thing work, but I don't know. Where's my dino pill talk? What do you mean? The little pills that you put in water and they transform into, like, foam dinosaur things? I mean, that's a good question, but also I think I had one of those maybe like one time ever. Can't really tell you too much about the specifics of trying to make those things work for you in any way. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, a year ago we were talking about sounding those. Oh yeah, I remember that. Ah. Okay, based and dino pilled. I mean, the thing is, they did come in little pill form. That's the thing. All right. To be honest, I think I should just go start off with like a different aspect instead, because it really does require like a very specific sort of build to work here, doesn't it? Right. Yeah, let's see what else we got going on here. Like, is the grind set? No, I found out what the grind set was. All right, let's try a different one. What are you thinking? Anything else you want to see? Take the Toxin Lover. All right, let's try the Toxin Lover then. Because I do think that definitely seems like one of the more transformative ones compared to stuff, even though it is going to result in me just basically hanging around waiting for things to happen most of the time. But that's okay, because that's still a viable game strategy anyway, as far as I'm concerned. All right. Are you down bad for anything right now? I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what that means. Like, I really, like, I've heard the phrase, I don't know. Okay. Let's see if I can't find anything related to poison, because that's the only thing that I should need here. And as long as I'm not taking, like, a huge amount of damage, obviously I'm starting out here with a very... Well, let's take a look. Am I healing right now? No, it just stayed a little bit too briefly for me to actually see how exactly the healing works, but I'm sure that anything that's not just like releases a toxic cloud is going to be sticking around a lot longer and probably be a lot more effective. Right, let me see what's going on down here. Because Alchemic Carbine would be the optimal thing, which is why I sort of wanted to start out with a tactics-based build, but we'll see how that actually happens later on. Additionally, just finding a necklace with a causes a... Yeah, okay, there's the heal. It causes a necklace that gets you releasing poison when you get hit would also be extremely effective for this. Although it only heals, it just says slowly heals, which doesn't really tell me exactly how long it works. All right. I guess I will see what's happening up here. Damned would also be a pretty interesting one to do, but I also feel like, I don't know, I probably just want to do the, like, Cursed Sword and everything in the traditional style, just because it is, like, that's what people would want to see if you want to see, like, a Cursed Sword one, not one where I'm using this new weird aspect or something like that. Right? Come on. Come on. Alchemic Carbine, that's the one thing that would really make this work well. Oh, well. I'm just going to continue on here and see what happens. Heading to, of course, the sewer area and use that to its fullest extent, much like utilizing the poison heals you necklace. This is kind of the only time that it's really going to be coming up too much. Ah, well. That said, after that point, as long as I can get an Alchemic Carbine, that's going to be the thing. That's going to be the one thing. It's going to be my ticket to success more than anything else. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. In the meantime, at least we do get to see a whole lot more of the various flawless outfits, which are still extremely gaudy. Like, look at the one for the Conjunctivius. It is literally just like a golden eye on the shoulder combined with everything else. Doesn't even have like a slight difference in what it looks like. Scarecrow's watering can attack is poison? I don't think so. I think that's like the venom bolts that the Conjunctivius throws out, which are just, you know, generic damage type of stuff. Wow, it actually heals like 1% every second that you're in the poison, which is way more powerful than I thought it was going to be. Strange. Oh, well. Let's see what's going on here. Shops, cursed chests. Because now that the Alchemic Carbine has been nerfed quite a bit, it is going to be important to try and get as much damage out of that as possible, and that's going to require some statage. Because prior to this point, it's like it could take out any enemy pretty trivially, even without like the combination using the... Oh, great. This is a bad time already. Without the combination with the Hokuto's bow, but... Here, I think it's going to be... It's supposed to be like a secondary... Well, actually, that was a... that was a release of Toxic Cloud and I got hit. Dang. Maybe the most effective way that I could have gotten healed pretty regularly. Oh, well. Now then... Not really too much else going on unless I get some form of piercing with this bow or any bow in like the next couple seconds. Okay. Right. Yeah. Maybe I can grab the... Maybe I can grab like the tornado or something and see if that will at least do something against this huge onslaught. Great. Nope, that didn't do it. But the healing should at least be a lot more effective than like a lot of other things that I could... You're going to get more healing over the course of this run compared to any other 5-cell run that is happening. Just period. It is something that will make this at least way more possible compared to most runs. In the meantime, just hang out until something happens. Okay, I'm not going to hang out for the full 100%. Alright, seems faster healing than the amulet. Oh, definitely, because the amulet heals like for 5 or something every second. This is healing for a full percentage. Which is, yeah, it just gets you up to 100% without needing to wait like literally 15 minutes inside of there. Just fight enemies in the poison. I mean, I could, certainly, but at the same... at the same time, too, I don't know if I really want to get enemies that close to me more often than not. Right. Let's see what's going on around here. Oh, somebody's... Thought that was something else. Anyway. Yeah, you know, to be honest, a lot of these aspect runs are very similar to just, like, normal runs and everything like that, and everybody's just fucking talking about Arknights in chat, so I think what I'm probably going to do is maybe just, like, do an entire roll of each one of the aspects kind of by themselves. So, and just, like, something real quick to as a showcase instead. We have no one else to talk with this about. Okay. Great. Anyway, yeah. So I will, I'll leave you to that then.